number 2, random grid here at Donington. Time to wind him up and let him go. And Ollie side with a jump start. Oh dear, that's a drive-through penalty for you, sir. Here we come then, screaming on down towards Redgate for the second time, or second race I should say. Oh my goodness, who was that was screaming up the inside? Oh my, that's Carl Benson. Oh, and that's a big shove off the road. Kev Straw has gone for an exploratory shove. Oh, big punch in the face of someone. Massive incident. Alex Rose is off. Huge problems. No, John Nobbs isn't one of them. Oh my goodness me. Who has been caught up in that? Adam Davies. Oh, well, someone's out. I didn't see you retired. Oh, no. Again, Brendan Van Eden retired twice in a row. So Charrington was caught up in that. Adam Davies has got damage. Chris Callahan, I think, he was caught up in it, along with Alex Rhodes. Oh, my goodness. Chaos in the opening few corners of this second race. But here we go. Jay Daniels and Ollie Tsai both with penalties. Someone's gone off the road further down the field, so Miles Dixon still leads the way. Mark Holmes second, fending off Carl Benson for third position at the end of the first lap. Ollie Tsai up to fourth position with a penalty on Kev Straw. Now heads his name to the penalty board, and into the pits comes Ollie Tsai. That's going to promote Gary Cooper up into fifth position. There's Alex Jameson up to fourth, so he's making his way fairly quickly through the field, but he's got Gary Cooper all over his tail. Matt Webb, 6th. Jay Daniels, 7th. Josh Morris, hoping for better fortune this time, as John Nobbs. What a move from John Nobbs through the Craner curves. Makes a move up to 8th position ahead of Josh Morris. Very nicely done. Kev Straw in 10th. Then it's Simon Williams, David Garside, McRae Williams starting from the back of the field in 13th. There's Nick Bailey, we didn't see in the first race, and 14th with Colin Dunn right on his tail. Alex Rhodes in the BMW. Damage on the front of the car, as you can see. There is Toby Owen. Oh, a solid result last time around, and sadly finds himself down in 17th place. And then further up the field, we can see there's McRae Williams and Nick Bailey having an argument for 14th place. McRae is going to win out. Just about, yes. Back up front. Oh, look at this. Miles Dixon continues to lead, but there is Carl Benson now up into 2nd place. Gary Cooper has actually dispatched of Alex Jameson. Whoa, Alex was really sideways coming through the Craner curves. Well. On board with the mighty Jameson as he looks in the back of Gary Cooper's car. Fastest sector one is Alex Jameson. That isn't a surprise to anyone. Gary tries to make a move on Mark Holmes, and Alex is slow. He didn't look like he went too far off the road, but Alex is struggling a little bit, it seems. Oh, Mark Holmes is definitely struggling in the Astra. He's going to be prey to Alex Jameson. Here he comes. Look on the right-hand side. You'll see the beamer flying past. There he is. He'll have that one done before they get to the Fog of the S's once again. Well, definite battle for the lead now. Miles Dixon's going to have to defend against Carl Benson. Into Redgate. On board with Benson now. He's got a bit of a breathing space between himself and Gary Cooper behind him. Gary's got himself a penalty as well. Again, a wide spread of penalties in this race. Ooh, it did look like Miles a little cautious coming through the old hairpin. Back up the hill, Starkey's Bridge, Smart's curve is... I did wonder whether Benson was going to try and sling that one on the inside of McLean's, but no, decides against it. The more they're fighting, the more that's going to allow Gary Cooper and Alex Jameson behind them to catch them. There's the red Renault of Cooper, who's got the fastest sector. Well, briefly held the fastest sector 2 time. Look at this, the top 5 actually in that shot, just behind the board was Mark Holmes, as that's a move for the lead. Carl Benson banzais that one on the inside of the Fog of the S's. That takes the lead from Miles Dixon. On board again with Jameson on the back of his 4-car train. Gary Cooper's going to size up a move on the inside for 2nd place. Miles Dixon is actually early on the brakes. Gary Cooper going to get one that will slow down. Yes, he can. Alex Jameson goes to follow him through. Little bit of a tap and through to third. So Miles Dixon within 3 corners has gone from first to fourth. Goodness me. Oh, Alex Jameson launches his car through the corner curves. And that's always been his style. He's very much turned it up to 11 and dance with it. That's always been his style. Gary Cooper looking to try and make a move on Carl Benson for the lead. Doesn't make the move just yet. You know it's coming. Alex Jameson. That's a great camera car for us at the moment. There's lots of fighting going on further down the field, which I will check in with later on. But Gary Cooper getting very fidgety behind Carl Benson for the lead. He's got the run. Here comes Jameson as well. Oh, I thought Jameson might try and barge his way through, but no, he opts to stay behind Carl Benson. Gary Cooper takes the lead before they get to the Fogger DSs. And on the 4-car train goes Miles Dixon, still hanging on to the back of it. And there goes Jameson looking for an inside manoeuvre on Carl Benson. Benson's gone deep. You don't need to leave the door open for Jameson, but he manages to get the traction. He needs to keep Jameson at bay. Very nicely done. Back down the hill for Hollywood and Craner Curves. And Dixon's closing in as well, so he's not done from this battle either. Look how sideways Jameson gets in the sole rear-wheel drive entrant to this class, the BMW 320. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I want to look at the other battles going on, but I dare not look away from this great scrap that's got Gary Cooper, Carl Benson, Alex Jameson and Miles Dixon within. There in the background of the shot you can see Mark Holmes. Get the car around, Alex. There's lots of overtaking going on further down, I'm well aware. But I might risk having a little Alex thinking about an inside manoeuvre coming to the Fogger DSs, but no, does not commit to it. Now, it was the car ahead of him that was really putting the pressure on at Hockenheim for the first quarter of the race last time out in Germany, but it does look like Alex Jameson's got the move done this time. Inside line through Redgate. Carl hasn't given up on it. It's Jay Daniels on the and Ollie Sy getting their name on the penalty board, but that's a nice clean move from Alex Jameson up into second position, really closing into the back of Gary Cooper. So Gary continues to lead the way. The top 4 separated by only a second, as they have been for the last few laps. Absolutely fantastic stuff, as that is Benson getting a little bit ragged as they come out of McLean's. Oh, the tail of that car does not want to behave itself. All that's doing is giving Jameson a bit of breathing space that, well, I say he doesn't need. I mean, Alex Jameson doesn't, what I mean by that is he doesn't need any freebies. Pretty much Alex Jameson's won every round we've seen him race in the virtual world. There in P-Cars 2. Still, this 4-way battle continues. Dixon is staying right with him as well. Further down the way, let's jump slightly further back. John Nobbs, teammate to Alex Jameson, is defending from Jay Daniels. He's got, that's Mark Holmes directly ahead of him. So there's a 3-way fight there for 5th place. Behind them, David Garside leads a bit of a train with himself, Nick Bailey, up into 9th place. And then Matt Webb. Matt Webb, yeah, I thought it was Mark Webb for a second. No, it is Matt Webb. Oh, that's a move for Nick Bailey on the inside of Garside. Yeah, straightforward move there for Nick. David either didn't get the line right through the old hairpin or had to slow down. There is Matt Webb. Colin Dunn's fallen a little bit off the back of them. He's got Kev Straw for company and Ricky Williams right there as well. Jumping back up to the top 4, they remain as they have been when we left them. Cooper leads Jameson, leads Benson, leads Dixon. Interesting that once again it's Gary Cooper. Well, it's like Gary Cooper keeping Alex Jameson at bay, but also, oh, that's Jameson getting a bit out of shape. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, Jameson doesn't have to make the move you really look at the penalties, him and Miles Dixon don't have penalties in this four-way fight. So he could just stay there, and he may well be aware of that. He just has to kind of sit there and mind his own business. Oh, there's been a change back here. John Nobbs and Jay Daniels. They've lost Mark Holmes. He's now behind them. And Alex has got himself on the penalty board. A 2 second. Oh, that completely changes the complexity of the top four. Miles Dixon could still win if he just sits there. But looking up ahead, that's Jameson and Cooper side by side. Who's going to be braver on the brakes? Gary Cooper! Oh, there's a nudge there as that put Alex Jameson offline. Oh, Carl Benson got a tap from behind from Miles Dixon. Goodness me, that one penalty for Alex Jameson has basically given him the hurry up. I reckon Jameson was having to sit there as he's very sideways through red gate as Cooper's gone miles off the road. That is going to give him a penalty, I'm almost certain of it. So Miles Dixon really is in the pound seat now. Josh Morris gets the fastest second section. There's Josh at the moment. He's down in 19. Whoa! Who was that flying off the road? It was Rhodes. It was Alex Rhodes and Simon Williams flown off the road. Sadly, the trackside camera's not picking them up. Big incident there. Oh dear, oh dear. So they've come together at Coppice. They jump up to the back of the battle for the lead. Cooper still ahead of Jameson. Did their penalties change? Yeah, I thought they would. Gary Cooper now with a 5-second penalty. Jameson with a 3-second penalty. But interestingly, Benson right behind them with a single second. Side 3 wide almost coming into... Oh, wow. How on earth did Carl Benson get through that? Here comes Dixon. Alex Rhodes in the pits. That's going to change the penalty count again. I'm pretty sure of it. There goes Jameson. Return to the racing line. We get on board with Carl Benson. Side by side for Jameson and Cooper. Once again, Gary Cooper holds on to the lead, keeping Alex Jameson at bay. 2 minutes 45 to go. Absolutely amazing. So I know there's been battles throughout the field that I've missed. I wholeheartedly apologise for them. But I'm sure you'd agree that this battle for the lead has been absolutely mesmerising. Cooper continues to fend off Jameson. That's, well, 114 includes penalties accrued, so they haven't been that slow. Gary Cooper's just positioned his car perfectly where he needs it to be. But this is where he's going to be vulnerable. On the back straight, it didn't look like Benson had a good run through Coppice. Gary Cooper did, Alex Jameson, well, actually all four of them had a fairly decent line. It looks like 8th is being really hotly contested between Nick Bailey, David Garside. Still no change in the top 3. John Nobbs and Jay Daniels swap rounds. Another penalty for Gary Cooper and, oh my goodness, the penalties are... Oh, John Nobbs! Goodness me, trying to make a move with Jay Daniels. That didn't really work at all. So the penalty's now 6 seconds to Gary Cooper, 3 to Alex Jameson, none to Miles Dixon, and 3 to Carl Benson. David Garside with trackside penalty as well, or track limit penalty. Oh, goodness me, Cooper and Jameson still side by side, and Cooper's been spun! Gary Cooper, no, Gary Cooper's been spun from the lead, smashes into the wall. He's going to have to be careful with the rejoin, but that does allow Alex Jameson up into the lead. Oh my goodness. But he's still got Miles Dixon on his tail. Well, there might be words said about that one after the race. Jay Daniels caught Gary Cooper as well, as Jay Daniels goes a bit off the road. He goes very off the road indeed, up at McLean's. So Cooper has fallen foul of one of the M Sport flavoured BMWs. He's now got the other one. And now Miles Dixon is on the penalty board. A single second for him. Final lap here at Donington for race number 2. I dare not call how the position's going to go. Look at this train here. We've got McRae Williams, Kev Straw, Matt Charrington, Toby Owen, Nick Bailey, Colin Dunn. Oh, that's not how you take the Fogarty S's, Mr. Bailey. And Chris Callahan as well involved in this long train. Goodness me. Side by side into Redgate. Matt Charrington on the inside of Kev Straw for 11th spot. This is what touring cars is all about. Door to door, or door banging I should say. But up front, Alex Jameson may well claim the checkered flag, but the penalties should well go, and they will indeed go to the advantage of Miles Dixon. So over the line first is going to be this man once again, Alex Jameson, but he will not take top honours. That is going to go to newcomer Miles Dixon. They bought the game yesterday and has just come over the line first as John Nobbs trying to challenge Gary Cooper. How's the penalties going to shake down for this one? Let's see. Cooper fourth. John Nobbs is elevated to fourth. Jay Daniels elevated to fifth. Gary Cooper down to sixth. Mark Hole's one of the few without a penalty on the board. And Gary Cooper down to seventh now. Matt Williams an eighth. David Garside 9. McRae William 10. Here they come. This big stream of cars I really didn't have a chance to look at. I'm so sorry for that. Charrington, Owen 13. Nick Beattie 14. Colin Dunn 15. Chris Callahan in 16. Kev Straw down to 17th position. Ollie Size come over the line. Here comes Adam Davies in the very reshapen BMW. And he'll be the last one over the line. There we go.